Hey guys, before I start the battle, I want to bring something to your attention. And that is the pointless phenomenon of, Diet Coke. And, well, it doesn't taste as nice as normal Coke. It's not as fizzy as normal Coke. And overall, it's just disgusting. I mean, even the can doesn't look as nice as normal Coke. You know, I can understand why some people drink it, there's no sugar. But, Coke Zero, man. Tastes a lot better. There's no sugar as well. But anyway, yeah, just on with the battle. Bye bye. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed that little starting thing. But, this is a good battle against some guy. I don't know who it was, I actually forgot. But, yeah, so let's get this battle on the road. He leads with Metagross, and I lead with Bronzong. Well, he Stealth Rocks and I Stealth Rock as well, which is pretty obvious, so whatever. He Meteor Mashes while I set up my Reflect. Now, I was kind of predicting him to stay in, but so I go to my Skarmory, who can more or less take anything he throws at him, but that didn't happen, and he goes into his Zapdos, which means I'm going to have to switch now. Now, I did predict a T-Bolt here, and I was thinking to go on a Jolteon. For some reason, I just really wanted to use Gallade and show you guys how epic this thing is. But, yeah, so I get T-Bolted, and that's going to actually hurt Gallade quite a lot. Now, I actually thought I'd outspeed this thing, so I went for the bulk up here. But he outspeeds me. So I was like, oh, man. So now Gallade is going to be wasted again for the second battle in a row, and is going to do absolutely nothing. Actually, I actually tried to record another battle where actually Gallade actually got a sweep going, but it was disconnected. So I didn't really get to record it, which is annoying. But one of these days I'll record on with Gallade sweeps and wins. So yeah, so I'm not going to Latias because I know he can resist more or less anything this thing's got. And he goes into the Sizzle, and I just Dragon Pulse. Now being locked into Dragon Pulse, I'm going to have to switch. So I go on a Bronzong, just to resist the Bullet Punch, really. And I actually did more than I expected, so this Sizzle is probably banded, which is good information to know. He goes back out into the Zapdos while I set up the Reflect. Here, I was thinking I could survive a T-Bolt, so I just went for the Earthquake. But he roosts. But it's not going to be that bad because Zapdos, he survives, but he can be taken out pretty easily now. So I go into Heracross and I close combat just to take it down. Yeah, so probably guessing I'm Scarfed, he goes into this Salamence. And now here predicting his Dragon Dance, I go into Skarmory, who can take anything, any Dragon Dance I can do. So yeah, he still attacks me here, but doesn't matter. I just Whirlwind him out. Now he goes and he gets Whirlwind into this Latias, and predicting the T-Bolt from this thing, I stay in, thinking I could probably survive a T-Bolt, and then roost off the damage. Yeah, and seeing it's got T-Bolt means that it is probably choiced in some way. Judging by the damage, it was Scarfed, so I decided to go into Jolteon because it's locked into Thunderbolt. And it turns out he is, because he switches and goes into this Heatran. And I knew he had to switch, but for some reason I still went for the Hidden Power Ice. I don't know what I was thinking. I should have just really gone for the T-Bolt. But yeah. So I go back into Latias, who can pretty much take anything this Heatran can throw at him. He switches out. Again, I Dragon Pulse. Even if he does switch into Sizzle, it's going to KO. So yeah. He now goes back into his Heatran. He was kind of predicting the Dragon Pulse, but he didn't do it. and Fire Blasted instead, so I do get some damage on this thing. But not very much. She Fire Blasts and Latias goes down. And right now I'm thinking, oh crap, unless Heracross can outspeed this thing, this game is over. Heracross is also scarfed, but does get outsped by the Heatran. And all I've got left now is a Skarmory and a Jolteon. And I thought neither of these guys can live a Fire Blast, but somehow Jolteon lives the Fire Blast and actually takes down this thing. Yeah, so I was actually pretty surprised by that. So now he goes into his Latias. And for some weird reason he decides to trick. I mean, all Jolteon are scarfed or specs, so I don't understand why he thought he would be able to trick me, but whatever. See, now it goes back, so he now switches into this Salamence. And because I haven't got my specs, I can't one-hit KO this thing, but I'm going to outspeed it. So I guess he just goes with the Death Fodder. And yeah, so the Salamence goes down. So he now goes into Metagross, and I can't switch out because the Stealth Rocks would kill me the next turn, so he kills me with a Bullet Punch. I now go into Skarmory, and predicting his explosion, I Roost, and that prediction turns out to be pretty nice because he does explode. So yeah, it ended up working out. And his last Pokemon is Latias, and the Specs T-Bolt is obviously going to take me out, so no, honestly, that's a good game to whoever this guy is. He should have really ended it a lot quicker than he did. He shouldn't have used Trick with the Latias, but whatever. So yeah, I lost a dick. Right, so anyway guys, let's try as a group to not buy Diet Coke. Let's try and stop the Coca-Cola company making it, because it's disgusting. All of you buy Coke Zero instead, or just buy normal Coke. It's much nicer. But anyway, I'll catch you guys later. Comment, rate, subscribe.